At first glance, SpongeBob SquarePants might look like just a cheerful sponge living under the sea. Always smiling, always optimistic, but there's a lot more beneath that grin. His personality is shaped by his dreams, insecurities, and constant need to feel valued. To really understand SpongeBob, we have to look beyond the laughter and see the small, revealing moments that define him. Moments where his desire for approval drives everything he does. So grab a Krabby Patty and settle in, because we're diving deep into what really makes SpongeBob, the beginning. Before the adventures, chaos, and endless Krabby Patties, SpongeBob starts out as just a simple guy with big dreams. His pineapple home is his comfort zone, a place where everything feels right. His routine never changes. The alarm rings. He leaps out of bed shouting, "I'm ready!" at the top of his lungs, brushes his square teeth, feeds Gary, waves to a disinterested Squidward, and heads to the Krusty Krab. On his days off, it's jellyfishing with Patrick. But it's not until procrastination in Season 2 that we get a real glimpse of what's going on inside. Procrastination. In procrastination, SpongeBob unravels over a simple essay. He cleans, stalls, panics, not out of laziness but perfectionism. He's afraid to fail, so he avoids trying. His optimism isn't just cheer, it's armor. Big Pink Loser. When Patrick wins an award, SpongeBob's confidence cracks. He overworks to prove he's the best, showing how tightly his self-worth is tied to achievement. Ripped Pants. In Ripped Pants, he turns one accident into a desperate performance for attention until the laughter dies. It's the first time we see how badly he wants to be seen and valued. Everything seems solid. On the surface, his life is perfect. Friends, home, job. But it's built on fragile control. Every "I'm ready" hides fear of falling apart. Help wanted. His first real victory comes when he saves the Krusty Krab. It defines him, persistence. But getting the job is easy. Keeping himself together is harder. Driving a boat. Failing his boating test again and again exposes his insecurity. Driving isn't about skill. It's about trust, maturity, and fear of losing control. Dying for pie. When he thinks he's dying, SpongeBob distracts himself with forced happiness. Beneath the laughter is fear. He avoids pain by performing joy. Together, these moments show how his routines protect him, but also trap him. He avoids failure, fear, and growth, clinging to control instead of change. Moving forward. That's why his small moments of progress matter so much. When SpongeBob does grow, it means he's faced his fear and kept going anyway. His biggest obstacle isn't learning new skills, it's believing he deserves to try. That's what makes him relatable. Behind all the optimism, he's just trying to prove he's enough. Sandy. When everything feels off, Sandy grounds SpongeBob. She's not just a friend. She's a mirror showing him his potential. From tea at the Tree Dome, she helps instead of judging, setting the tone for a friendship built on honesty. Unlike Mr. Krabs or Patrick, Sandy challenges him to think and grow. She believes in him, even when he struggles. With her, SpongeBob doesn't change who he is. He just becomes more of himself. The mentor. SpongeBob never competes with Sandy. He learns from her. She challenges him to think, to grow, and to be brave without losing his spark. Sandy shows that joy and intelligence can coexist. You can be silly and smart at once. Through her, SpongeBob learns that growth doesn't mean he isn't enough. Failure isn't defeat, it's direction. She doesn't give him answers. She gives him space to find them. That's what makes her a true mentor. Leaving home. SpongeBob's world is perfect. His pineapple home, his job, his friends. But in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Mr. Krabs calls him just a kid, and he believes it. When Neptune's crown is stolen, he leaves his comfort zone to save him. The journey tests him, but by Shell City he isn't tougher, just more himself. Goofy, emotional, genuine. That's what saves the day. When he returns, everything looks the same, but he's changed. Calmer, wiser, sure of who he is. Growing pains. When Gary runs away or SpongeBob visits Atlantis, his emotions hit deeper. Unlike most cartoon characters, he carries his growth forward. Standing up to Plankton, showing patience to Squidward, and strengthening his bond with Patrick, his optimism isn't naive anymore. It's a choice. After everything, he still chooses to see the good. The real journey wasn't about leaving home, but finding something worth fighting for: his friends, his home, and his purpose. Facing doubt. SpongeBob's biggest battles aren't with monsters, they're with doubt. Plankton tests his kindness. Bubble Bass shatters his confidence, and he learns that believing in yourself is the hardest fight of all. But he's never alone. Patrick shows up, Gary grounds him, Sandy pushes him, and even Squidward at times respects him. Through them, SpongeBob learns that kindness in a cruel world is real strength. The breaking point. His lowest moments come not from danger, but from burnout and doubt. Losing himself in Earworm, panicking in Lame and Fortune, feeling invisible in Googly Artiste. Quiet heartbreaks that make him question if he still matters. But he doesn't quit, and that's what makes him a hero. When the world falls apart. In Sponge Out of Water, everything collapses. No one believes him, chaos spreads, yet he teams up with Plankton to save everyone. He stays true even when the world turns on him. In the end, it isn't power that saves Bikini Bottom, it's heart. The courage to stay yourself when the world tells you to change. The return home. After saving the day, there's no parade, no statue, just normal life. Mr. Krabs is cheap, Squidward's grumpy, and the fryer still sizzles. But SpongeBob's different now. He doesn't need validation or reward. He knows he matters. Episodes like The Paper and Lee Big Switch prove it. His value isn't in what he owns or achieves, but in how he sees the world. His creativity, optimism, and sincerity give everything meaning. SpongeBob doesn't win by becoming someone else. He wins by being completely, unapologetically himself. The real reward. SpongeBob's true reward isn't fame or glory, it's peace. He no longer needs to prove himself. He just shows up because that's who he is. His real strength isn't courage or laughter. It's choosing to keep believing, smiling, and showing up. That quiet confidence behind his laugh is the calm of someone who's grown up without losing his heart. Not normal. Trying to fit in, SpongeBob lowers his voice, hides his quirks, and loses himself. But he learns what we all do. The parts that don't fit are worth keeping. When he comes home, it's not a reset, it's purpose. He's steady, kind, and sure of who he is. When a volcano threatens Bikini Bottom and everyone turns on Squidward, SpongeBob steps forward. Take me instead. He's not after praise, just doing what's right. The world doesn't change because someone dies. It changes because someone cares. Band geeks. When Squidward gives up on his dream, SpongeBob rallies everyone to help him succeed, not for glory, but out of faith in others. That's his gift. Tough joy, hope that refuses to die. Have you seen this snail? When Gary runs away, SpongeBob doesn't chase with anger. He waits with love. That's not immaturity, that's strength. Because of him, everyone softens. Squidward, Mr. Krabs, Patrick. SpongeBob doesn't fix the world. He keeps showing up for it. His final, "I'm ready," isn't just about work anymore, it's about life. What he brings back isn't power or fame, but hope. Quiet, durable hope. The kind that keeps believing, no matter what.